acero, espadas y luz, guerreros se unen en ritmo, en cruz, destellos de luna, en cotas de malla, en este festín cada momento resplandece, no falla. Oh vida, danzamos bajo tu bandera, con el fuego ancestral que en nuestras venas espera.
Nuestros pasos al girar y con el vino tinto al rojo amor nos dejamos llevar. El tambor late fuerte marcando el compás junto a la melodía de la flauta nace la paz.
Maid, young Sabine spins, in lively steps her grace begins. Woven spells beneath her feet, as lutes and flutes in time do meet. Now raise thy gaze, ye gallant crowd, see Sabine's dance cast joy's shroud. With every turn a spell she weaves, her twirling form like autumn leaves. In auburn dress she deftly flows, as magic in the air she throws. Her feet they tap the cobblestones, like whispered secrets, ancient tomes. With each step the stories rise, legends told through Sabine's eyes. Mirthful hearts in a spell they bask, ribbons swirl as in her hands they're clasped. The minstrels play a merry tune, 'tis Sabine's jig, Under the Moon. Around she twirls with laughter's light, a vision in the fading night. The crowd's adoration and she does earn, with every leap and graceful turn. In moonlight's kiss her shadow spun, a silhouette against the sun. Upon the green 'neath starry boughs, Sabin's feet, they never halt. In her dance the old tales wake, and every soul its joy partakes. Watch her step, the rhythm's queen enchants the night, a lively scene. Beneath the boughs, the greenwood bows, she spins her tales, both old and new. In lilting whirls her laughter rings, and the tabors beat to the wind she flings. Lo, here she comes, the enchantress fair, with flowers braided in golden hair. The stars they dim, for her they sway, a muse of dance till break of day. In Sabin's step the night finds cheer, her pirouette draws the dawn so near. Louder now sway the minstrel sings, for Sabin's feet enchantment brings.
In the shadow of the grand and mighty dawn, I recall tales woven through time. We walked by the Rhine with hearts aglow, through cobbled streets where pastures shine. With Buchan's light, a guiding star, echoes of a city we loved afar. Oh, Cologne, beneath your steeple tall, with cash in our hands, hear the city call. The stories untold, your history seek, in your arms forever were we. From ancient tunes in the gallant air, to the medieval melodies we adore, the pulse of the steady alive everywhere. It is the legends we've implored, sing a folklore of brothers in the land of the blessed land. In Cologne where heart and soul stand. Oh, Cologne, beneath your steeple tall, with cash in our hands, hear the city call. The stories untold, your history seek, in your arms forever were we. Beneath the moonlit sky, tales so old, regimes stood firm, stories lived untold, with echoes of the past where we belong. In Cologne's heart, our lost day is strong. Oh, Cologne, beneath your steeple tall, with couch in our hands, hear the city call. The stories untold, your history seek, in your arms forever were we. It was in the chill of winter's first night that they stole away from company. She was only a maid and he a stable lad. They knew not how harsh life could be. Hand in hand they rode into the night, happy to finally be free. The squire gave chase with horse and with hounds, hoping to hunt the young lovers down. She was only a maid and he a stable lad, but she was the fairest in town. Horse and hound they run into the night, searching with a sneer and a frown. The sky brings snows, and warmth is lost in the flight. Love it grows while the waters froze, and ice formed in the night. Take my cloak, it will keep you warm, as the snow fell on silently. She was only a maid and he a stable lad. They knew not how cold it would be. Arm in arm they slept into the night, happy in each other's company. They lay side by side, frozen hearts forever stilled. She was only a maid and he a stable lad, though their love was never chilled. Squire and town wept into the night, hearts aching with love unfulfilled. I will tell you a story I heard last night about a witcher wanted a monster to fight. Of a beast's ill will, the silvered witcher rode the hill. A howl of bark under moon's pale glow turns out
hunter dog, not monster foe. His steel unsheathed, the blow was dealt. I yelped not roar what he felt. The dog lay slain upon the bed of pine. Blood on the witcher's blade did shine. With coin in mind, to the village he strode, to claim his gold, a wage he owed. A peasant weeps, 'twas but his hound. Gold from his purse the witcher found. The townsfolk whispered, the tale was said, of how the witcher wanted gold for dread. Upon a beast he thought he'd draw his blade, yet 'twas a loyal hound in the thicket laid. He stood before the grieving man with outstretched hand and a stern demand. So give me my gold, I slayed your pest. With fear for his life the old man paid. The peasant's heart now twofold pained, for his lost friend and gold coins drained. Oh, listen round, good folks so near, a tale anew you all should hear, of witcher's blade and bloodied snare, a mournful end, the village's scare. The witcher's eyes, they held no shine, as he took the coin, ignored the wines.
shadows of the caves, deep and cool, where the stories of the lost are seldom told, there was born a nameless one, no kin to call, a goblin small with no name at all. He wandered alone through the darkest night till fate brought him to the land of light. The hard and strong were housebacks understood, and there began his tale of steel and blood. Rise, rise, nameless night, with a heart so bold and eyes so bright, from the depths of despair to the halls of might, he fought for the max, buzzed with honor and light. In the fields of battle where the brave do tread, where the skies rain fire and the earth runs red, he took up arms with a loyal heart, lie still and caught. Though a goblin by birth, he played his part. With sword in hand he faced the storm, from the house that gave his life a form. Each arch with valor stood by their side, a nameless goblin, now a knight with pride. Rise, 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 nameless knight, with a heart so bold and eyes so bright, from the depths of despair to the halls of might, he fought for the Maximus with honor alive. Plains and Valenwood's green, in every battle his courage was seen. Though the world may scoff and the world may jeer, he served his house without fear. Of time his name is cried, a goblin knight with honor and pride. No longer nameless his deeds will last, in the history of Heartlands his legend is cast. Rise, nameless knight, with a heart so bold and eyes so bright, from the depths of despair to the halls of might, he fought for the Maximus with honor alive. The was small, his spirit soared in the service of Maximus, forever adored.
Les étoiles scintillant de la nuit,
La pluie tombe sur notre terre.
les vents soufflent de l'ennui. Le feu
La sang tombe sur notre terre.
Nous sommes les gardiens de la lumière. Nous sommes les gardiens de la lumière.
Nous sommes les lavants de la lumière.
Nous sommes les gardiens de la lumière.
Nous sommes les enfants de la terre.
Nous sommes les gardiens de la lumière.
Placez tes bruits dans le jardin.
La pluie tombe sur notre terre.
Le soleil brille dans le ciel.
La pluie tombe sur notre terre.
Le
La pluie tombe sur la terre.
Nous sommes les gardiens de la lumière. Nous sommes les gardiens de la lumière.
Nous sommes les lavants de la lumière.
Nous sommes les gardiens de la lumière.
Compagnon de tomates.
Nous sommes les enfants de leur père.
Par console et radio.
Nous sommes les gardiens de la lumière. Nous sommes les gardiens de la lumière.
Nous sommes les lavants de la lumière.
Nous sommes les gardiens de la lumière. Nous sommes les gardiens de la lumière. Nous sommes les gardiens de la lumière.
Nous sommes les lavants de la lumière.
Nous sommes les gardiens de la lumière.
Je marche dans ma propre quête, c'est ma destinée. Chaque jour une aventure, la route est tracée. Les défis se dressent, mais je reste courageux. Dans ce monde en mouvement, je suis le valeureux. Je vis ma fantaisie, entre rêve et réalité. Les quêtes sont devant moi, prêtes à être levées. Avec mes amis, ma famille à mes côtés. Dans cette aventure, je ne peux qu'avancer. Les épreuves sont là, mais je les vois comme des jeux. Chaque entretien, chaque pas, je les affronte heureux. chercher du travail devient une épopée. Chaque échec une leçon, à nouveau s'habiller. Je vis ma fantaisie entre rêve et réalité. Les quêtes sont devant moi, prêtes à être levées. Avec mes amis, ma famille à mes côtés. Dans cette aventure, je ne peux qu'avancer. Courage en main, je gravis des montagnes que les obstacles fondent, je trace mon chemin. L'espoir m'élève, les étoiles me guident. Dans cette aventure, je reste lucide. Final, je vis ma fantaisie entre rêve et réalité. Les quêtes sont devant moi, prêtes à être levées. Avec mes amis, ma famille à mes côtés. Dans cette aventure, je ne peux qu'avancer. Je suis l'aventuré de ma propre vie. Les défis sont nombreux, mais je n'ai pas fini. Avec un cœur vaillant, je continue ma quête. Dans ce monde réel, mon rêve s'arrête.